What's going on, everybody? Spunky Nice 91 coming guys with another video. So the Eagles get the win 21-18 against the Carolina Panthers. The Eagles snap a 3-game losing streak. Their record is now at 2-3. Eagles win a game. I'm supposed to be happy, right? Supposed to be happy. But I have to be honest with you, man. I have to be very honest with you guys. This is one of the most underwhelming victories that I can remember in a long time the Eagles having. It's one of those wins where, yeah, we won, but it's not one of those games that you can feel super proud about, personally. That's just me. That's just me. This is one of those games where the defense showed up to play. Defense played very, very well. They intercepted Sam Darnold 3 times. 2 of those interceptions were by Darius Slay. And late in the fourth quarter, Eagles got the ball back because of another one from Steven Nelson. And, he jumped up and got a great pick on Sam Darnold. Eagles special teams showed up as well, blocking a late in the fourth quarter as well, blocking a punt that set the Eagles up for the go-ahead touchdown. And the Eagles never gave up. The Eagles, after they scored that go-ahead touchdown, which put them up 19-18, they did a 2-point conversion, and they made made the score 21-18, never giving the game back. Oh, that's great. But I'm still seeing some of the same stuff. The same stuff that's just so frustrating. If I'm just keeping it real, I'm not very happy. I'm not. I'm sick of the penalties. I am beyond sick of it because it's stupid penalties. We're shooting ourselves in the foot. Another week, another touchdown was taken off the board because a penalty on Greg Ward. Offensive interference, pass interference. We are shooting ourselves in the foot. We are shooting ourselves in the foot, and against really good football teams, that's going to bite you in the butt. The Carolina Panthers, in my opinion, are not a very good football team. When they start out 3-0, I wasn't buying it. I wasn't buying that Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold is the real deal. We saw what he did with New York Jets. I think he's an average at best quarterback. Eagles made so many mistakes today, but going against a bad quarterback, average, I guess you would say average quarterback is Sam Darnold. Because of that, Eagles were still in this game and were able to pull it out. But we got a short week coming up, very short week. We got Thursday Night Football. Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are coming to Philadelphia. Primetime Thursday Night Football. Tom Brady today threw for over 400 passing yards and 5 touchdowns. I'll get more to that game later on this week. I'll talk a little bit more about that game in this video as well. But the point I'm trying to make is, yeah, the defense looked great today. Javon Hargrave is well on his way to having a Pro Bowl season. Fletcher Cox getting his first sack of the season. Getting his first sack of the season. Yeah, they look great against the Carolina Panthers, who I think are a below average to slightly below average team. Once again, like the Falcons, making us look better than what we are. That's just my honest opinion. This is one of those games where the defense that had been struggling the past 2 weeks, giving up 40+ points the past 2 games, they showed up and played well today. But my question is that because they played well, or was that because of who they were playing? So they balled out. I'll give them that. But once again, it was the Carolina Panthers who, once again, like I said, I was not impressed by this team when they started off undefeated. I think they started 3-0 before they lost to the Cowboys last week. I wasn't impressed by this team, and I think they're an average team at best. So the question is this more like the Falcons game? Is this more of the Panthers just making us look better than what we are? Which, in my opinion, is the case. Like I say, Eagles get the win 21-18, but it's just a very underwhelming win. Nick Sirianni once again the play calling, offensive play calling has been terrible. Absolutely terrible. He continues to not give the ball to Miles Sanders. Now, late in the game, trying to close the game out, he did give it to Miles Sanders there. But, throughout the game, he still continues to, be very pass heavy. Take the pressure off your young quarterback, Jalen Hurts, and run that ball. Now, I have to criticize Miles Sanders. You guys know I'm a big fan of Miles Sanders, but late in that game, when we're running to ice the game, Miles Sanders went out of bounds twice. You can't do that, Sanders. You cannot do that. When we're trying to force Carolina to burn their timeouts, you have to go down in bounds. That's something that is fundamental football. Go down in bounds. After he did it for the second time, they took him off the field because of that. I'm a big fan of Miles Sanders, but that's something that he's going to have to learn from. He's not a rookie anymore, so I expect you to play like a veteran. You're not a rookie anymore, Sanders. You should know, you do know that you have to stay in bounds. When you're trying to force the other team to use their timeouts, stay in bounds. Stop going out of bounds. Stop trying to make a big play. We had that game wrapped up there. As long as we just kept running to run the clock out, we were fine. I'm glad that that the Eagles did not try to run and score, but score another touchdown, because we got down to the goal line. They just took a knee, get out there with the win. I'm happy they did that, because last thing you want is, after you have the game iced up, you have it in the bag, you try to run again, and then with this team, some stupid turnover, costs you the game. Jalen Hurts threw an interception this game. Devontae Smith, who I am a big fan of, fumbled the football once in this game. It wasn't a pretty game. It was a very ugly, sloppy game where the defenses, I think both defenses played very well in this game. It really came down to which offense was going to make the most plays. Carolina Panthers offense was by far the better offense in the first half. Eagles offense, after being given opportunity after opportunity by the defense, finally wakes the hell up late in the third and the fourth quarter. They finally wake the hell up, and they do just enough for us to win this game. So yeah, man, I'm not impressed. I'm not, and I'm not jumping for joy. We got the win, which obviously in this league is, that's the objective is to win. We got the win. That's great. But this schedule, it's not getting any easier. And we got a huge challenge on Thursday night. Thursday night football in Philadelphia. Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are coming to town. Tom Brady today, like I said, threw for over 400 yards, 5 touchdown passes. And the question is, what Eagles defense is going to show up? Is it going to be the defense that played well today against Sam Darnold? The defense that played well against the Kansas City, that played not the Kansas City Chiefs. They played well against the Atlanta Falcons, and they played well against the Chiefs, I thought, in that game. Is it going to be those defenses, or is it going to be the defenses that played against the Dallas Cowboys and that played against the Kansas City Chiefs? What defenses are we going to get? Only time is going to tell on that, of course. Only time is going to tell what defense that we get. So, I'm being quite honest with you guys. I don't see us beating the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But if we somehow beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, then I would say, okay, no, I'm impressed. But, the Carolina Panthers, like I said, man, average at best team, if even that. So I'm not really jumping for joy and saying, oh, the Eagles are back. Oh my God, we're back in this thing. No, I'm not going to set myself up for big disappointment, especially when I'm seeing some of the same mistakes, the same issues. Very undisciplined team, extremely undisciplined team. And I was a big fan when we hired Nick Sirianni. And, but over time I said, hey, I'm going to give this guy a chance. He was saying some things that I like. But if I had to be honest with you guys, I don't think Nick Sirianni is ready to be NFL head coach. I really don't. I don't think he's ready to be NFL head coach. I'm hoping that he can prove me wrong, because I felt the same way about Doug Peterson. And initially, it went well for us with Doug Peterson. Obviously, the last couple of years went bad, but Doug Peterson did bring us our first Super Bowl championship. So, you know, with Sirianni, I'm just, you know, I'm at the point with Sirianni, man. I just don't think he's the guy. I don't think he's our head coach. And with Jalen Hurts, it's still up in the air for me with Jalen Hurts. But we'll see. You know, like I said, very underwhelming win to me. I'm not, you know, obviously getting a win is great. It's much better to win than lose. We've been doing it the last 3 weeks, but it was a very underwhelming win for me. I'm going to go over these stats real quick and wrap this thing up. Here's the stats here for this game. Passing, Jalen Hurts was 22 for 37, 198 yards, 0 touchdowns, one interception. Rushing, Miles Sanders ran 11 times for 45 yards. 18-yard run was his longest. Jalen Hurts ran 9 times for 30 yards, 2 rushing touchdowns. His longest was 14. Kenneth Gainwell only carried the ball in this game for two times for 16 yards. Receiving, another solid day by Devontae Smith. Besides that fumble that he had, but Devontae Smith, solid day for him. 7 catches, 77 yards. His longest was a 17-yard reception. Quez Watkins, 3 catches for 48 yards. His longest was a big 58-yard reception, which was when the Eagles really started showing some life again. That big catch by him. They went down and scored the touchdown after that. But yeah, Quez Watkins. Dallas Goedert had 2 catches for 28 yards. His longest was a 20-yard reception. Jalen Reagor, 3 catches for 24 yards. His longest was a 15-yard reception. Kenneth Gainwell, 1 catch for 8 yards. Zach Ertz, 1 catch for 7 yards. His longest was a 7-yard reception. Miles Sanders, 5 catches for 6 yards. His longest was a 6-yard catch. Like I said, Devontae Smith fumbled once. Jalen Hurts also fumbled this game. I got to talk about that real quick, because Jalen Hurts also made a dumb mistake where the ball was very high, but he did not jump on the ball. And we got very lucky because we were close to the end zone, our goal line, whatever, and he did not cover that ball. I'm like, what the hell are you doing, Jalen Hurts? He's lucky that ball went out and the Panthers did not jump on that ball, within our end zone, because had they done that, that would have been a touchdown. So I had to bring that up because that was another issue that hurt the hell out of me. Jalen Hurts, you gotta get on that ball. I'd rather take a safety than give up a touchdown there. And we're very lucky that the ball went out of bounds and we only gave up a safety there. Okay, going to the defensive stats here. Alex Singleton was all over the field today. I give him that. 14 total tackles, 10 solo tackles. Mike Epps had 8 tackles, 5 solo tackles. Greg Avery had 8 tackles, 4 tackles. Taylor, 5 tackles, 3 tackle assists. 3 solo tackles. TJ Edwards had 5 tackles, 2 tackles. 2 solo tackles, Rodney McLeod had 5 tackles. Harris had 5 tackles, 2 solo tackles. Josh Sweat, 4 tackles, 1 solo tackle. He also had a sack and a tackle for a loss. Darius Slay, who had 2 interceptions today, had 3 total tackles, 3 solo tackles, and of course, like I said, 2 interceptions. Steven Nelson had 3 tackles, 2 solo tackles, interception as well. Derek Barnett, who got hurt in this game, Derek Barnett had 3 tackles, 2 solo tackles. Javon Hargrave, 3 tackles, 1 solo tackle, one sack and 1 tackle for a loss. Fletcher Cox, 2 tackles, 1 solo tackle, 1 tackle for a loss, which was a sack. Bradley, 2 tackles, 1 solo tackle. McPherson, 2 tackles, 1 solo tackle. Ryan Kerrigan, 2 tackles, 1 solo tackle, 1 tackle for a loss. Avonte Maddox, 1 tackle, 1 solo tackle. Chris Walkers had 1 tackle. Johnson 1 tackle. Jackson 1 tackle. Eric Wilson 1 tackle. Williams had 1 tackle. Yeah, that was defensive snaps there. Darius Slay 2 interceptions for 21 yards. Steven Nelson 1 interception for 4 yards. Kick returns, Jalen Reagor returned 2 for 46 yards, his longest being 27. Also in punting, Jalen Reagor returned 1 return for 22 yards. Kicking wise, Jake Elliott today was perfect, 2 for 2. His longest was a 58-yard field goal, 1 for 1 for extra points, 7 points scored altogether. Yeah, so that was the stats for this game. Eagles get the win. Like I said, in this league, obviously winning, that is the objective. It's all about winning. But once again, man, there were so many of the same mistakes that I'm continuing to see. I'm really not impressed. I feel like this is more of another one of those games where the team we're playing just made more. They made us look better than what we really were, and they made those mistakes. They made more mistakes than us, and that gave us the game. That's just honestly how I feel. I'm hoping that I'm wrong, but for what I've seen this year, this team is not a very good football team. And come Thursday night against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, good luck, because we're definitely gonna need it. That's all I gotta say. Good luck, because we are most certainly gonna need it. If they go out there and beat the Buccaneers, then I will I will eat my hat, whatever, because I don't see it happening. I really don't. As an Eagles fan, I hope that they do, obviously, but the Buccaneers are far better than the Carolina Panthers. I think everybody would agree on that. And like I said, Tom Brady looked very good today. He played one hell of a game. Now, if this defense that played today, if they show up on Thursday night against the Buccaneers, and our offense, the offense that showed up, minus the penalties and 3 touchdowns that were called back against the Chiefs, but minus those mistakes, if that offense shows up, then yeah, who knows? I would just like to have consistent play from both the offense and the defense. I'm tired of a game where the offense plays well, the defense plays like garbage, or the other way around. I would like to see special teams. Special teams, like I said, made plays today. They had a crucial block fumble there for us. So I would just like to see a game where all 3 sides of the ball, special teams, offense and defense, are all firing on all cylinders and playing well. That's what I would love to see. I would love to see that. If that's what we see on Thursday, then yeah, that could be we definitely can make a game out of that. But once again, it's all about what Eagle teams show up. They got a short week to prepare. Cross our fingers that they use that time and they get prepared. Those 3 days they got, really 3 days they got to prepare. Let's just hope they're ready, because Brady and the Buccaneers are coming to town. That's gonna be a very big challenge for the Eagles. Humongous challenge for the Eagles, the defending Super Bowl champions. So we'll see. I don't really have many high hopes, or high expectations. I'm expecting the Eagles to lose that game. But once again, they gotta show me on the field. Prove me wrong with your play on the field. We'll see what happens on Thursday night. But Eagles, go down to Carolina. Offense struggled most of this game. They woke up late in this game and got the win, but can't do that next week against the Buccaneers. You got to be firing on all cylinders. Everybody got to do their job. All three sides of the ball have to show up and be ready to play, because this is going to be one hell of a challenge. But yeah, Eagles get the win, 21-18. Eagles are 2-3. Let's see if they can go out there and somehow beat the Buccaneers and get back to 500. We shall see. But as always, go Birds. Spunky 991 is out of here. Fly, Eagle, fly. Peace.